Hey folks, I'll talk to y'all about this brush guard here. This is a Barricade HD and it's from American Trucks. This is the modular one, meaning that you have to bolt it together. It's, several pieces. I bought this thing a while ago now, and it was on sale at the time. I want to say it was somewhere in between $600 and $700 total for everything. That's taxes and shipping. When I got this thing, it was 2 boxes, and it said made in China. A little bit disappointed about that, but after getting it put together and mounted on the truck, not it's not as disheartening now. It's pretty solid. It looks good. It works well. It's all bolted together. It's the modular one. I didn't get the fully welded because it was going to cost a ton more money, and I didn't want to spend like $1,700 on just a brush guard. If I was going to put that kind of money out, I would just get a full replacement. But when you're looking at it online through American Trucks, it doesn't say anything about being made in America or made in China. And down here, it doesn't say anything about being able to reuse your tow hooks. But I did, just so you know that you can reuse your tow hooks. And it comes with new hardware to bolt this bracket on. But I reused my factory hardware in there. It worked just fine. Tightened up. When you're tightening those up, you can use the impact on the front socket. You can't on the back. I had to use a ratchet. Also, another thing here, the installation instructions from American Trucks says you have to pull the whole bumper off. I did not, because at the same time I was doing this, I put another grill in. So I have XLT, and now I have just a straight black grill from an XL truck in it, because an owl went through mine, and so I had to put another grill in there. So I did the grill at the same time I was doing this, and because I did that, I did not have to take the bumper completely off of the truck. If you take the grill out of the truck and you take this runner that's under the headlight right here, you can see where it separates, and you take that strip out all the way and you take your grill out of the truck, you can just loosen the bolts on both sides, pull your bumper out a little bit, and do the addition of this bracket support, this top bracket support right here. You can do it without removing the whole bumper. You can just lean it forward, do what you need to do, put everything back together, be done with it without removing the whole bumper. If you're working by yourself, that's probably the easiest. Just taking the grill and that underneath off. There wasn't anything really difficult about doing this. It was pretty straightforward. It's easy. It comes with little sticky pads behind all this, and on this side I just cleaned the area real well with some brake clean. Stuck the pads on this piece, and then this piece, stuck them on these instead of this upright. That way the holes all lined up great, and then I run my bolts through, tightened everything up on the ground, and then I mounted it to the truck. So you can reuse your factory tow hooks if that is a concern before buying this brush guard. That was one of mine. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on there whether you could or could not. So I went ahead and I tried it, and I was able to. So to me, that was a huge positive. That was a relief that I could reuse my tow hooks, and I reused the factory hardware to attach the tow hooks and the mounts. So that was a huge plus for me. This thing is it is pretty hefty. It's good and solid. Another thing I chose this bumper was because of these top bracket supports. A lot of the other brands just have these that go down here. They take out your tow hook. You can't put your tow hook in, and then you just have this, and this is the only thing holding this brush guard up. There's no other support. So I chose this one because it did have this support right here. And I think there was one other brand, but I think they specifically said that you could not use your tow hook, so that's why I did not pick that one, and this one looked a lot better. The only other option of a brush guard that I was really heavily looking into that wasn't Steelcraft. Steelcraft would have been my choice to get a full replacement. I would have bought a Steelcraft bumper and put on here. Second under their full replacement might have been a ranch hand. But for the brush guards, I was initially looking at the Steelcraft version, but the price on that thing, those have went considerably up. And then so I started looking around. I really liked the Weston HD in black, and I really wanted to get the winch mount on there, but that thing was also really expensive, plus shipping and everything would have made it even more out of budget, and I just did not want to go with that. So I went with this Barricade HD modular kit from American Trucks and put this on here, and I really like it. It's got a lot of, there's, coming from China, I was not expecting to be the quality that it is. It's really nice, and I'm sure if you're on American Trucks and reading reviews, people on there are saying it's really nice. It is really nice considering it came from China. And this is bolt together. It's not the single one fully welded piece. So considering, this is actually really nice. I have no complaints on it. It's pretty solid. Had I had this prior to my grill getting busted out, I think the owl would have stopped right here. And this is a pretty good little sheet of metal here, and it's welded. It's not bolted on. It's got welds all across there. And another thing, if you have a camera in the front, this is what am I trying to say? Camera acceptable, camera friendly, however you want to say it. You can take that section out for your front camera. But other than that, this having this brush guard on here and running up and down the back roads and everything else, and the road rough, nothing is tweaked out of place, nothing has come undone. I'm very pleased with it overall. I do have to give you a little alibi though on this. I did use a little bit of blue Loctite on the, even though these are lock nuts, I did put a little dab of blue Loctite on the bolts. So that might be why it didn't come undone or hadn't rattled out of place. But it's pretty solid on here, and it's been great so far. I mean, obviously it's not doing nothing but sitting on there, but it's doing its job so far. I haven't hit anything with it, but it's good. It's on there. It's not going nowhere. It's been good enough that I would consider purchasing another one for this if I had to. But if you are wondering about this Barricade brush guard and you want to reuse your tow hooks, you can. And if you don't want to take your bumper all the way off, you can loosen it off. you can take your grill and that bottom out underneath that grill, that strip that goes across from headlight to headlight in there, you can take that out, remove the grill, and you can do this without pulling that bumper completely off of there. That's what I did. I did most of it by myself, so that it was pretty easy to do it that way. I was already in there doing the grill anyway, and I didn't want to have to pull this bumper all the way off and then try to realign it with everything. And I put fog lamps in at the same time, because everybody knows that these factory Ford lamps right here, they crack at the slightest drop of a pin hitting something nearby. They crack ridiculously. I don't know why they're so easy to crack, but they are. They're crap. But these came from Amazon, those fog lamps. This is pretty good buy though for this brush guard. So if it's important to you to reuse the tow hooks, you can reuse your factory hardware to bolt that on. If you have a front camera, you can use this with a front camera, because this whole thing unbolts right here. I don't really know of anything else to say that would make it go easy, other than you could pull your grill out, and that strip that goes underneath the grill, and pull that out. You could just loosen the bumper bolts, lean it out a little bit, change out the ones, bolt everything in, and then put it back. It was pretty easy. I've had cattleman brush guards and ranch hand brush guards. They were all solid one piece welded. I've had full replacement bumpers from ranch hand and Steelcraft. Nothing bad to say about any of them. This one here is the Barricade, and so far I've got nothing bad to say. The only other alibi to this brush guard was in the packaging new, it was short this bolt for this location and the nut. So I had to dig through my bolt bin and get a bolt and nut, but the washers are there. It had the washers in there. I don't know if it's just that when all the packaging was sealed, nothing was damaged, there was nothing busted open. It was just missing those two bolts and nuts. For some reason, they was just not in the packaging. That was the only thing that was missing from the whole kit. Excuse me. But anyway, you can retain tow hooks on this Barricade HD modular brush guard. If that's an important thing for your decision to purchase this, you can reuse them. I keep saying that over because it was a big thing to me. Maybe it's as important to someone else too. But anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this. I hope this answers some questions that you might have about this brush guard. American Trucks video of assembling this and installing it is really pretty good. But if you don't have anybody helping you, you could just take the grill out and that bottom piece, like I was saying. I mean, if you're changing out the grill already, you're right there. You could just, it'd be real easy. It's just a little bit more to it, because then once you get those little additional top supports on there, you just put everything else back together, then mount the brush guard. Super easy. But don't be afraid to put a little Loctite on there if you're worried about it. I did, and it's worked great for me. So I appreciate y'all watching this, and we'll catch you on the next one.